Hello, everyone. I'm so excited today to be here. We are at the Owwll headquarters. We're doing a studio takeover today. We're super excited. My name is Alexandra Silva Labarr, and I'm the founder and CEO of TPN Community. I'm so excited to have some of the members here today, some of our presidents. We're going to share some insights, learn a little bit about them, and a little bit about the community. So let's get started, right?
Yes.
Let's start with you. What your name, a little bit of what you do, and we're gonna keep this flowing and just learn a little bit more about you.
Yes, let's do this. My name is Anik, and I am the CEO and founder of LEC Accounting and Bookkeeping Services. It is an accounting firm based in South Florida, but serving business owners all over the U.S.
I love it. And can you talk to us about your membership with TPN Community?
Yes, I've been a member now for I would say 4 to 5 months now. It's been amazing. Jennifer is a chapter president. It's been great. Just being able to network with the community, just growing my business. I've made a lot of connections, which is really important. And I just love that this community is very intentional about networking. It's not just like you just come in and it's it, but she's very intentional about like talking about like, your business and how they can help you grow and everything. So it's been really amazing.
I love it,
Yeah.
love it, love it. Thank you.
Thank
Let's go
you.
ahead.
So my name is Michelle, and those who know me call me Mickey. I hope everybody out there can get to know me and call me Mickey. I am the founder, co-founder, and CEO of Owwll Ivy Lounge. It's ANU.U. Means that we help you recreate a new you and find a new you in yourself. Means that we help you along your wellness journey. TPN has been significant in our business. Learning how to network is something new for me. I practiced sick medicine for a lot of years, but now I'm selling wellness, and that's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
TPN has showed us how to network. I have met some incredible people, very powerful people, and that word may be a little bit overused, but these people in the Power of Network group have come together to embrace us and show us what it means to sell your business. Sell wellness, make a better new you for me and you.
I love that. So good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. All right. What do we have here next?
Hi there, I'm Macarena Luz Bianchi, founder of Spark Social Press. I'm an author, publisher, and book coach to founders, professionals, and thought leaders. I help them do their nonfiction books. Anybody can write a book, but having people really express and tell their stories, that's what really inspires me. So I help you express and share what's important.
I love it. So tell me about TPN Community. I know you are the chapter
president of the new chapter in Brickell in Miami, and we're so excited to get started. Our first meeting is at the end of this month, and I'm super thrilled. It's time we had more exposure and
Yes.
representation in Miami.
I love it. And that's exactly what TPN, I know you just mentioned it, Mickey, right? About what you've gotten from the TPN community. We have our book there, which I wrote, also an author, wrote the book, The Power of Networking. And that's where TPN was born. I saw a space where I've been networking for so many years, but I saw what it was lacking. People would show up in rooms and just hand out business cards, leave empty, right? So the power of networking really helps you become a better networker. And we follow the 7 essential C's of networking, which I love. And another reason why we're here and we partner up with Owwll, it's all about connections, making real relationships, right? And when the partnership came about, I was like, wait, we have to, because the entire TPN community and what it was born to do, right? How it was really how it took off was because of the fundamentals of real connections, real people, and not just having relationships that you forget about. You meet someone, all of a sudden you're like, okay. And then months go out, by, you're like, wait, I think I met this person the other day, but there was really no follow-up. So this keeps you in front of your ideal clients, the people you need to meet. So that's a little bit background on TPN community. So let's get into more of a conversation. I know you mentioned what you do, but let me ask you a question. Your services, how is it really impacting the people that you're servicing? If you had to think of 1 or 2 things that you could.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we all business owners, it's really important for you to know your finances, how your business is performing, right? So of course, when you have a business, you want to make sure that you're looking at your numbers, and that's where we come in. We make sure that we categorize your numbers, we communicate it with you in a way for you to understand, and then give you the financial report for you to understand exactly how your business is performing. As business owners, we're so focused on like bringing in money, and we're not really looking at how, am I making a profit? Is my business really working for me? Just money coming in is not enough. Just you knowing your numbers, how your business is performing, is really important. So this is where we come in. And a lot of times I hear business owners tell me like, yes, I do have an accountant, but I don't understand a word they're saying. They use big words and I don't understand. So I get that a lot with business owners who tell me like, okay, you make it like you just explain it in a way for me to understand. So that it really means a lot, because a lot of times they look at accountants, they're like, oh my God, I don't understand what they're saying. They use big words. So this is where we come in. We communicate it with you in a way that you can understand. And then based on your goal, if you want to grow, we also do tax strategy for you to save on taxes when at the end of the year, when beginning of the year, when you have to pay your taxes. So we kind of help you from an A through Z, from making sure your financials are in place. Every month we sit down with you to let you know how your business is forming based on your goal, like how much money you're spending on marketing, and if it's too much, we kind of like guide you based on your goal. Tax strategy, making sure that of course you are paying the right amount of taxes, or just have this different strategy just for you to grow as a business owner.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is you pretty much guide the business owner
Correct.
on anything financials.
Correct.
I mean, that's so important. I know I'm a business, being a business owner, that's something that you're right. Your accountant, they're telling you stuff and you're just like, I don't understand what you're saying. The fact that that's an important piece that you bring to the table, I think that's so valuable for a business owner to understand. It's not, and I love what you just said about, it's not how much money's coming in. It's like, what are you doing with that money?
Yep.
And that is something that I think as a business owner, it's important for you to understand.
Yeah. And then we also, as well, we just added a new branch, which also helps business owners. Because a lot of times we get into business and there's a lot of back end stuff that you don't know. If you're running payroll, and then you're supposed to pay payroll taxes, and a lot of times the business owners don't know it and they receive a letter from the IRS. So we just opened a new branch called LAC Tax Relief, which help business owners with back IRS taxes. Also, a lot of business owners and individuals don't know that IRS has a lot of programs for people that owe back taxes. Let's say if you haven't filed for years, and we kind of help you find a solution, because sometimes they don't know, like you can actually pay less than you owe. If you get like $100,000 bill based on your income, if you're not able to pay for it, the IRS actually does have programs for that. So we do help with that. Yeah.
You don't know what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Love it, love it,
So
love
it's
it.
amazing.
So good.
Thank you.
What about you? Same question. What is your service? Like how are you impacting?
So Anika made such a big point, especially in my background and my life. So these business people like to use acronyms. ROI. I didn't know what that was.
ROI, yeah.
ROI. I know CPR. I don't know.
ROI. What's that?
Yeah, they like these acronyms, A, B, C, D, E, F. So I had
TPN. What is that?
TPN, and TPN is something else for us in medicine. I'm TPN. Why she want to serve food? Because TPN for us is nutrition.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm all confused with all these acronyms. But Anika is so right. We need somebody to simplify stuff. When we started our business, my partner and I thought we would be rolling around taking care of people. Well, our CEO says that is not your job. You have nurses for that. You need to run a business. We were crazy. We have to now see how we market wellness.
Right.
So we provide a service that is not a buzzword. We do IV medicine. We do IV infusions to athletes, to Sunday armchair athletes who think they play football but only play football watching TV on Sundays, and people who want to make a difference in their health and wellness journey. We do weight loss, but we reteach how to eat properly, which doesn't mean you eat rice cakes and drink water.
Right.
We show you how you can use IV nutrition and exercise, because we also collaborate with personal trainers, to exercise, count your calories, cut back, move your protein forward, and come get an IV. We help people who are anemic before they need to get to where they need blood. We do iron infusions.
I need that.
My
Yeah.
colleague, my partner is a GYN specialist, and she's easy at that. Stuff comes easy for her. But now we have to do the business part of it. Okay, we're gonna bring these clients in. We have to bring the clients in. We're not taking care of them anymore. And that's something else for us. But TPN has showed us what it really means to network, because everybody has embraced us. Like Anika, I am part of TPN Miramar, and Jennifer Lee Marcus is an outstanding woman, and that's a horrible way to bring her up, but I think she's wonderful because she has embraced us and showed us what
Yes.
the true meaning of marketing, networking is. We come to these meetings and we're having a good time, but we're meeting people who are spreading the word. Go to an OUIV lounge and get an IV, you'll feel better. I just did that today and I feel so better tonight. She's really great at doing stuff like that.
Being
So
intentional.
being
Yeah.
intentional with everything she does, specifically to your needs and your needs.
Right.
She really means it when
Mhm.
she says, I'm going to help you. Let's come to this networking event.
Yes.
So not to preach about Jennifer so much, but she has taught me the meaning of having a business and what it means to grow this business.
I love that.
So getting people well is easy. It's easy to practice medicine. I'm doing it for almost 40 years. That's second nature. Come ask me a question about your health.
Sure.
That's easy, but don't ask me stuff about your business. I can't help you.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping Anika can help us move forward in the right track and not owe the IRS.
We all have a niche and we all have our own specialties, right? That we focus on. And I think that's where the beauty of TPN is. We find the room, we ask you to come in the room,
Yes.
right? Go into those rooms that may be uncomfortable sometimes, but go in there and lead with service. You know, a lot of us, we're going there, we're trying to be something we're not. Even in these spaces, you know, they mask themselves. Be the expert in your
Yes.
field. I love what you just said. And if everyone would show up that way, listen, I don't know, like you said, the taxes.
Right.
That's not what I do.
Right.
Now, am I a connector? Am I a business owner? Do I help businesses with their marketing and business development and social media? Come and talk to me, right?
Yeah.
Do I build communities? But I don't know about that. So if you go in with that in mind of providing and leading with service, the things that you know, not trying to know everything,
Right.
stay in your lane in a
Stay in your
sense.
lane. Stay in your lane.
And people see that because now you get to say it from your heart,
Right.
right? There's this passion and this love. And even going back to Jennifer, yes, she's an incredible woman. I'm
Yes,
so
leader.
grateful that she's our president.
Yes.
And I saw that in her as well. And someone leading TPN Community in Miramar, it's exciting
Yes,
to
it
see
is.
that the mission and the vision continues. And she's doing exactly what TPN was intended to do,
Yep.
was bring people just like you
Yeah.
to space where they could feel like they're valued. We hear you. What can we do to help
Right,
you?
right.
How can we help you in your business, right? Because we can't do this alone,
Yep.
right? We can't do this alone.
Can't.
You need, if you're a business owner and you think that you can do this alone, good luck.
Yep.
It's where's your tribe? Where are your people? Where are the who's, I call it? The who's that
Right,
are going
right.
to help you get to where you're going faster,
Yep.
right? We want to collapse time in a sense. If you already know how to do something, why am
Why
I
am
gonna
I?
learn
Yep.
it? Tell
Share
me
it.
what- Help me.
Share it.
So thank you, ladies. Let's go ahead to this another amazing lady. So same question. What do you do? I know I see all these books and you help businesses, and what is the service behind it? Like, what are you giving? How are you impacting people?
So it's all about expression. So I do that in several ways, depending on the audience. So when it comes to the general public, I've got gift books for every age and every occasion, and a lot of collections, as you can see here, like kids books, The Grateful Giraffes. You know, Father's Day's coming up, Dear Dad. Sympathy, this is called the Royal Collection. And then for corporate gifts and special events, I can also customize them. So that's an example of this. This is what I call a cover takeover. We can do different blends. So when I, like, for example, like a kids museum, it's not just the books, it's the books and a collaboration with their branding. So this works for if a company wants to honor their donors, their clients, their teams. You know, I have everything from get well to happy birthday and gratitude. It all started with gratitude, which was a big thing. And then, as you know, I believe that every professional needs a nonfiction book, because why be an expert when you could be the authority?
Correct.
And even though some may say, well, that's just a glorified business card, nevertheless, that book has to work as a standalone product, like in a bookstore, for
Sure.
example. And that's where someone like me comes in. Like, it cannot look self-published. You know, it has to go through all the
Sure.
proper professional things. And then, like I said, anybody with the technology today can go and be like,
Oh,
go
yeah.
to the AI and say, write me a
Absolutely.
book.
Absolutely.
That's not like why you love accounting,
Right.
Right.
you know, why you
Right.
love helping taking
Yeah.
care of people, why you love connecting. That's interesting. And, you know, we're lucky because you've already put it into books.
Yeah. Yeah. And I went through the proper channel.
Yes,
It
you
wasn't
did it
easy.
right, which your book looks beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And I love what you said, because there's with the AI today, although we're using it for me specifically for marketing, I own a marketing firm and my team uses AI every single day, and it does help. However, it's sometimes being used incorrectly where,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
you're trying to be an expert in something that you're not because you want to make money. And I love what you said, because even with me, I see a lot of people that are trying to be, published authors. And I'm like, what is that? And it's just, are you sitting down writing this book? Because that book, The Power of Networking, just so you all know, it used to be a state credited class.
Oh,
So you
wow.
can Google it. Yeah. I was giving like presentations to property management companies, anyone that wanted continuing education. And it was just a presentation. And I did it during COVID and did it online, did it in person. But then one day God put in my heart that I needed to write a book. So I went back to that PowerPoint and I started doing chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Because of my 25 years of networking and connections, like she just said,
That's great.
I wanted to be the authority, right? I wanted to be, I already was the expert, but now I wanted to say, okay, people look at you a little different. And once that book got published, TPN, of course, was born, but stages opened up, conversations opened up. So I love what you said about that, because I too see how AI is taking over and so many people are just doing it the fast way.
I love AI. Don't get me wrong. I love
Absolutely.
tech. I love the tools, but we need to use them to assist us,
Not
cut our creativity
That's
and
right.
silence our voices. And what you did there, which a lot of people miss, is you had a proven concept. So a lot of times what I speak with my clients, my coaching clients, is what are you doing with this book? Like, what's the big picture? What's the business model? Because it's okay to write a book for fun. And however, if there's a way for you to leverage it for your business, which you've done beautifully, this is an incredible use case. That's great. Like our friend Kyle, he was a public speaker. He teaches public speaking, so his book is perfect for what he does. He can leverage that in a lot of ways. Now, there's some people that have other reasons for wanting to write a book, and they're all valid, but we want to make sure that it makes sense. And I help a lot of people figure that out. Like, okay, what are we doing with this? Even if it's like about grief, for example, someone I'm working with now, you can have a support group. It doesn't all have to look like, like a standard business. There's so many ways to be of service, tell your story, and leave a legacy.
I love it. Leave a legacy. So good. So good. All right. Well, I'm glad that people listening have learned a little bit about your background, what you do, how you serve, because I think it's all about serving.
Yep.
How do you serve? How do you help? And that's where most people need to understand. How are you impacting? How are you serving somebody? We sometimes show up with, I want a lead. I want business. And that's not how you network.
No.
We all obviously are here because we want business, but people could see that. Get to know someone first. Let them understand that you're here to walk them through the process and teach them something.
Right.
When you're teaching me something, I want to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
You said a few things, by the way, today. I got to call you. Seriously.
Yeah.
I would have never known that that's what you do. I would like to talk to
Yeah,
you
sure.
further, because you just educated me
Yeah.
on some things. And I feel like with that, you're an authority. You're someone I could trust to answer some of the questions I may have. So, all right. So let's pivot a little bit. Let's talk about Owwll,
Yes.
right? We're all here in our partnership. Every Wednesday, we have Women Wednesday on Owwll. It's from 9 to 12. I know you ladies, some of you are a little new on Owwll, which is fine because every time a member comes in to the TPN community, one of the membership benefits is that you get access to this whole other community, which has been huge for me personally. And I just want to learn a little. I know you've been using it, so share a little bit of how you're using it. Have you met anyone? And I have a success story as well.
Yes, I started using it, I believe, when it first launched, when we switched to TPN. And I didn't really understand at first. And then I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm like in this room, in the room with all these people, like on my phone. This is just really amazing. And actually, my very first call on the Owwll app, and I spoke to this gentleman, and I think, and we had such an amazing conversation, which again, it was so unexpected. I told him what I did and he told me what he did. And then actually after that conversation, I just came out with so much wisdom for my business and also and my personal life as well. And then actually I and he, after the conversation, I'm realizing, oh my God, like this is a time for me. I believe he was an author and he kind of helps people as well to write their own books. I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is a time for me to write my own books as well. So this is like the type of connection that you get from there. And then again, I've met so many other amazing people, and you don't realize like how amazing it is. Like whoever came up with this idea, that was so genius. Like
Jason.
Jason.
We'll give him
That
credit.
was so
We'll give
amazing.
him a
I'm like,
little
wait,
credit.
this is real. All these, oh my God, it was just so amazing. And I'm like, well, I definitely, this is really great. So I had an amazing experience so far with the Owwll app.
It's like
Yeah.
you're getting the call
The
coming
call,
in
yeah,
from you're
from-
you're hanging out in your desk, and all of a
Yes, and all
sudden,
this- yeah,
so
you
I'm going to share my experience. So obviously you can turn on your hours, and that's a
Yep.
game changer when you get to actually pick the hours that you want to be
Yeah.
available, because people will call you and you call out as well. There's texting and everything. So I had mine on, and someone called, and I was like, okay, let me pick up. And I'm talking to her, and I mentioned TPN Community because obviously Alexandra is looking for more presidents. So if you're listening and you want to lead a community, would love to talk to you. And she all of a sudden got really excited and interested. So I started sharing what we do, and Louisiana is open. All from me
my
sitting at my
God.
desk and got a
On-
lead
exactly,
from
at home.
Owwll.
Wow.
Right. Boom. Now I have a new opportunity and getting ready to
Amazing.
coach her to launch her chapter. And then today she actually said, I was just talking to someone at Owwll, and I mentioned that she needs to know you, Alexandra. I said, perfect. Let me know her name. So she texted me, and I'm like, okay, when I'm done with the podcast, I'm going to go on Owwll and find her and reach out to her. But that's the beauty of it. And that's the partnership. And that's exactly why I mentioned earlier of how the partnership fits so beautifully.
Correct.
It's, I believe in having those high level conversations. That's why the book is called The Power of Networking, Making High Level Conversations, right? That high level.
Yeah.
How can you help me? How can we help each other? How can you serve? That's what we want to know. And on the Owwll app, you get those 10 minutes of like, you're on stage. What do you do? What's going on? And you get 10 minutes. I mean, you can add money, obviously, to it, but that 10 minutes is so powerful. And you learn, like you said, so much. I mean, I'm talking to people from all over the world, right? They're calling me. They want to know about what I do, right? You don't even need like a stage. You're like, what do you do? Oh my gosh, I have this person that can help you. So for me, for sure, it's been amazing. I know you said you're kind of using a little bit. So share a little bit of your.
It's it's the power in the room of TPN. You open us up, or TPN opens up a world which is Owwll that is completely new to me.
Yeah.
I mean, anything outside of sick people is new to me,
Right.
which I embrace. It's, this is a new me. I'm trying to learn all these things, and there is true power in this room at TPN. We learn about Owwll, and Owwll is going to teach me all these other things.
Right.
The nurses in my practice are super users. They're great practitioners, but they're super users on all these things already. Now I'm in the room with them, and they're pushing me forward. You learn 100% of the things that you teach.
That's right.
But only 50% of what's taught to you. So now we're teaching each other and
So
getting
good.
into it, getting on it.
Getting on it. I love that so much. What about you? I know you're still new. You're getting ready to download it. But what are you looking forward to based on what you're hearing? How could it help your business? What do you think that?
Well, it sounds really interesting. I love the whole idea of podcasting and connecting, and the more ways we can connect
Right.
without borders and without
Right,
limits, I'm in.
Well, no
That's
borders.
it. It is
Without
no border. I mean,
borders.
you're gonna talk to someone from every walk of life, and that's the beauty of it. All right, so let's go around and let's maybe give the audience, the listeners, what is the one thing you can tell, like you would say to someone, maybe a new business owner that is just starting out? What is a word of wisdom that you would give them?
Yes, definitely. So a word of wisdom that I would give a new business owner that is starting is I think that's your word. I'm gonna steal it from you. Just do it afraid, because as new
Yes.
business owners, we get like all these like thoughts in our mind.
Yes.
Is this really gonna work out? And I just truly believe that when you have something in your heart, there's just for a reason, and there's always gonna be, if everything is going right, that means I don't think some things are gonna go wrong. So that's part of the journey, right? So even when things are going or you start questioning yourself, just keep going. Don't let the fear stop you from doing what you need to do. If you have a business idea, just keep do it. And also network as well. This is number one thing that would help you grow your business. So just any time that you feel like you're afraid or there's fears in the way, just keep pushing.
Love that.
Yeah.
So good.
Absolutely.
So good. And fear is the number one. And thank you. Yeah. So for those that are watching, go on Amazon. Show Up
Yeah,
Scared
Show Up
is
Scared.
my second book. Then I wrote another one for the teens, but that's what I live based on. It's showing up scared, doing it scared, because we can. No one teaches that you could do it scared. They just teach you that you're going to have fear. What are you going to do with the fear? Most people stay stuck.
Stay stuck. Yep.
So what if we
Paralyzed.
told you you didn't have to stay stuck anymore, that you could actually do it scared? And doing it scared is how you expand and grow
Yes.
and continue to do incredible things. And all of a sudden your brain's like, wait, I keep showing up
Mhm.
for her scared and she keeps doing it.
Yep.
Yes, I am going to keep doing it because I want to keep growing my business.
Yes.
You know, showing up scared is profound, because if you're going to start a business, number one, be good at what you're going to start the business in. And then surround yourself with the people who are experts
That's right.
at what you're doing.
That's right.
So what you're doing, now people check our details every day. What do you know about this? You know, I have this nodule on my whatever. I have this. That's the easy part.
Yeah.
I'm not scared about that. So you surround yourself with the things that scare you. The professional at the money. The money part's really, really scary. And I think that's the most fearful thing, to put your money out there on some business. Well, if you're good at what you're investing in yourself, you don't have to be scared of that. Call Anika.
Yeah.
That's the most fearful part. I'm going to lose all my money. I'm going to fail. If you show up good at what you're good at, then surround yourself with the other people that are good at what they're good at, and decrease the fear. Get rid of the fear. Just do what you do. Stay in your lane. For me, I'm practicing my medicine, and I'm surrounding myself with all these TPN people that are telling me how to network, and I'm embracing them. Hopefully they want me to brace them, because I'm all in this room.
Absolutely.
I'm in this powerful room.
Yeah, you're here. You're here. I love it. What about you?
I love this question. So I've got two. One that applies to everybody, which is record your stories. Start your story bank.
So good.
It doesn't matter if you think you'll never need it. This applies to if you're in a relationship. Why did you fall in love with your person? If you have children, what did you feel when they were born? On their birthdays, what do you remember about them? You don't have to share this, but when you do, and if you do, it's going to be amazing. And when you're ready to write a book, you have a catalog of things to use, because writing is rewriting. Most people say, I don't remember. It doesn't matter. You begin, you know, on your birthday, as a present to yourself. What were some benchmark moments, things that changed your life? Just start writing those, and then you'll remember some, but then you'll remember more. So that's what I tell everybody. Record your stories. And number two, and this applies to business people, and I love storytelling. I used to be a filmmaker, and I use the storytelling a lot, of course, in books, but it applies to business, is you are not the hero of your business or of your marketing. Your customer is. So if you can communicate that in all your marketing materials, it's going to make a big, big difference. You know, and I figured out how to do this with books, and with nonfiction books is a little easier, but with fiction books, that's my latest project. It's been a blast. So if you can make your clients the hero, it's extremely powerful.
So good. Making your clients the
The
hero. I
hero.
mean,
Mm.
how many of us know that that's the truth, right?
Absolutely.
Every time you let them
Absolutely.
speak and go ahead,
Yeah.
people want to talk about themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
make them the hero. But sometimes we forget
Yeah.
because we want the sale and we want the business that we're the hero. We're the ones that are
Mhm.
overselling,
Mhm.
over, talking about ourselves. So good. What a good nuggets here. All right. I think we have 1 minute left. I'll pick one person to ask me a question before we leave. One thing that you want to know about Alexandra Silva Labarr that you want to ask me, and we're going to call her up. Who wants to do it?
What motivated you to embrace all these unknown people and call it a networking?
I love that. Great question. So we all have a past. I
Yes.
believe that everything you ever go through in life and any motivation you have had to come from something you lived. So when I was 13 years old, I lost my mom. And then shortly after, my father passed away. So that didn't show up scared. I've lived it. That's who I am. I've always showed up scared in my life because I didn't grow up with my parents and navigating through life. And what I learned through that experience was that we all need people.
Mhm.
And who helped me and what has helped me through my career, my life, even as a young adult, was community. People came to help me.
Oh.
The people that I met, the aunties, the mentors, I just knew that without my community, I could not be where I'm at. So I wanted to create a space to give it back to everybody else because I know that regardless if you lost your parents or not, everyone needs community. We were made humans, right? We were made for community. And from a spiritual standpoint, God wants us to have community. And the more people we have around us that we can help, and it's never about us. And that's my motivation. I truly want to help as many people all over the world. That's why we're hoping to open up Portugal and maybe Puerto Rico. I say global because I already said it before it's here, right? Because I know that we need to touch people globally. There's so many people that are craving for this type of community, no matter where they're at. So that's my motivation. A little bit of my background, but also the passion and heart that God has put in my heart
Awesome.
to help so many people.
Awesome. That's almost
That's amazing.
profound. That's awesome. I
Thank
like
you.
that.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
All right, ladies,
Wonderful.
we
Them two come this way. You stay
Okay.
for a second.
Perfect.
It takes a village.
Just talk with
it
her.
takes a
Amen.
village.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
how did you like this? So cool.
So
I'm
fun.
excited about your Brickle launch, first of all.
Thank you. Me too.
It's in
And
a couple
I'm
weeks.
so glad that
Isn't
our dear friend is coming this week.
I know. I love him. He's doing shout out to Kyle.
Shout out to Kyle.
He's amazing. I'm so proud of him. That was a lot of
Yes.
courage. It took a lot of courage for him to do what he did. And I know that through that, there had to be some emotional attachment to letting go and starting fresh.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
But now that it's concluding, I think it's, blank slate,
Yes.
which is
It's
refreshing.
good. New beginnings are
Yes.
very scary.
I love it.
Yeah. Me too. And I've embraced, think about it. I just shared a little bit of my story. Imagine how many new beginnings I had to have,
Yes.
And but it's good. It kept me
It makes
going.
us who we are,
It made me
right?
who I am. I wouldn't change
The
anything.
worst parts become, sometimes our biggest sources of strength.
Yeah. And when you have that story, like you said, to document, then it just becomes who you are. And it's easy to get on these stages and just speak from the heart.
Yeah.
And then
It's powerful.
help others.
Thank you. See you later. Thank you.
That's right. So you can't move the chair, right?
All right, ladies. How are you?
Good. How are you? Are we on?
Yes, we are just continuing. Nice to
Oh.
see you all. Yep, nice to see you all. We're here with some incredible women. I'm going to start with, we'll start with you as Jennifer gets who you are, what you do, a little bit about you. We want people to learn a little bit about who you are, what you do, and why are you here?
I'm Katina Hernandez. Where do I start? I wear many hats. But honestly, my passion is women empowerment, community. I'm retired special agent with Homeland Security Investigations, and now I am a serial entrepreneur. I am a professor, I'm an educator, and I'm very passionate about awareness with human trafficking and domestic violence. So I basically just live for community education, awareness, women empowerment, and also an amazing ambassador for the amazing TPN community. Just happy to be here and happy to get involved in this amazing conversation we're gonna have.
I love it. Thank you. All right, Miss Jennifer, we spoke about you a little earlier, but
Thank
all
you.
good things, of course.
Okay.
Have some of
I
your
would say-
members here who just are so grateful for what you're doing in Miramar and just how you're creating a space for them to all like thrive in their businesses. So kudos to you. It's amazing. It's exactly what the mission is. And just so excited to have heard that. I was like, wow, I got chills just talking about it. So good.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to lead a chapter. I mean, with anything else, community is all that matters. I mean, we can do a lot by ourselves, but with a community, we can do so much
Yeah.
more
Yes.
faster.
Right.
So thank you.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about you, what you do, how do you serve, and
Absolutely.
we want to get to know you.
So my name is Jennifer Lee Marcus. I am a regional manager with Legal Shield. And what does that mean? Pretty much, I am responsible for leading a few counties in the state of Florida, and just to get us the word out about Legal Shield. Now, Legal Shield and ID Shield is similar to how your health insurance works for your medical and hospital bills. We do for legal services and identity theft protection services. So I basically serve a lot with individuals, families, small businesses, entrepreneurs to give them access to the legal system without them having to pay high hourly costs or retainers.
I love that.
And yeah, what we found is that a lot of, especially business owners, they would use attorneys more if they didn't have to worry about cost or they didn't find it so intimidating. So that's kind of what we do.
I'm a member.
Thank you.
So good. So good. Thank you. Thank you. And there's a lovely lady here. Oh, hold on. You're also a
And I am a TPN president for chapter Miramar. So definitely come and visit us. And I will share information with that a little bit later on in the conversation.
perfect.
Hello. So my name is Michelle St. John. I am the co-founder of Purple Solutions Insurance Agency, also owner of Clear Health Concepts. So some people have that confusion going on.
Mhm.
I'm transitioning into placing everything under Purple Solutions Agency
Mhm.
in order to create a force,
Right.
because as a team and coming together and collaborating,
I
we
love
can
it.
get so much further.
Absolutely.
That's definitely
So a little
something.
rebranding.
It is. It
So
is.
good. That's always so amazing, right? To put that together and bring it. I love things under umbrellas. I mean, I live, that's what I do, right?
Mhm.
Help businesses with that piece, which is scary at the same time, but it's always exciting.
Yes, yes. I can attest to the scary part, because when you are joining forces, you're getting a lot of input,
Mhm.
and sometimes you want to have more of a voice, but I think in listening, you broaden your ability to see from different aspects.
So good.
So yeah, it's been
So
pretty.
good. And you're also the
I am the Fort Lauderdale TPN chapter president, happily and proudly, and we are doing a meeting this week on the 22nd. So
I love
letting you
it.
guys know, TAP 42,
Yep.
Andrews Avenue. Welcome to come and connect.
Yes. So if you're in South Florida, we have a lot of chapters here and we do monthly events. Each chapter has a different date. So, check us out on social media for sure, because each chapter is a little different, but the mission is all the same, bringing businesses together. We want to help you in your business. We want to make sure that you have support in growing your business. And, that's what we're all about. So thank you, ladies, for your introduction. Now let's get into a little bit more of getting to know you. So my question is, based on what you do, we talk about what we do all the time, but you know how TPN, we're all about service, right? How do we serve others? So how do you really serve within your business, and what's the impact that you're making? Who wants to go first? I don't want to put anybody else in. You want to go first?
I could
Yeah,
go
yeah.
first. So in terms of serving, like I mentioned, a lot of individuals, families, and business owners, sometimes they wait until they're under stress
Mm.
before they get
Yes.
access to their rights. And I hate to see that happen.
Yeah.
So one of my goals is education, letting them know you do not have to wait until things are dire.
Sure.
Right? Be proactive. And honestly, proactive is, it's affordable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there are resources out there that, if you only knew they existed, it could help you before you get to that stage. So, I am an ambassador that I truly do believe that when you have access to your rights,
Mhm.
when you know what your rights are, you have access. And if you
Right.
don't, then you can't make proper decisions.
Mhm.
So the first step is education.
Yeah.
With anything,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah. Love that. So good. What about you?
100%.
And I love you. I just sorry to interrupt, but I feel like you have really pivoted in a sense, from your career to going into something totally new.
Yes.
Share with us. I know I want to hear about the impact you're making because you kind of mentioned it already. Very dear to my heart as well. But how is that pivoting? From law, law to law enforcement to now going into teaching, and you're just in a whole different world.
That's such an really good question. I'm still working with that. So many years of being in law enforcement to now not being in law enforcement. As a professor at St. Thomas University, I work with students who are future law enforcement. They want to be federal agents.
Wow.
So they look up to me and they have a lot of questions and they kind of keep me there in those memories, but they always want the stories. But I'm also here to change the culture, to let them know where things may not be so ethical or, especially for women in law enforcement, that was very challenging. So without realizing it, I have a lot to bring to the students and I have so many stories. They definitely pick my brain, and with the awareness on human trafficking and domestic violence, that is, I bring that awareness to people, whether you're going to future law enforcement officer, attorneys, you're going to work in it, but there's also that exists in homes and families,
Right.
people who work in law enforcement. Yeah. So that awareness is needed. It's a lot. It's not the easiest and most fun thing to teach and talk about, but it's conversations that we do need to have to bring more love and peace on earth.
I know. So good. I love everything you're saying because we all have, a job. Like we all have to work together, and we all have different passions, right? We have different missions, and but we do have. I think it's also that one job is to make a difference, to make a change. What are you doing in your community to help? And that's exactly why we chose in TPN Community. We give a free membership for any nonprofit to sit at the table because we believe that how can we serve the community if we're not looking at our nonprofits that are out here making a difference? We want to be part of it. So, yeah, I believe we all have something to give in this world, and whatever your passion is, whatever that nonprofit is, let's go and do help. Every little bit helps, right? And it's us all coming together as a community.
Yes.
So kudos to what you're
100%.
doing and taking your professional experience and now bringing it into a classroom setting as a professor teaching at a university for, young adults who are venturing out in the same field, but then also teaching and wanting to make a difference. That's just so amazing. So
Also represent the nonprofit Quest to Freedom, the anti-human trafficking. I can't, there's so many things.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
reminded me. I'm
Yeah.
also a consultant for
Yeah.
Quest to Freedom, which is an anti-human trafficking organization, also domestic violence awareness. So yes, 100%. As I can talk about my background a little later, but where I came from, I didn't realize that I had the opportunity to even be in law enforcement, to even be able to help people.
Mhm.
So now I'm in a place where I basically started from the bottom. Now I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm glory to God. Thank you to God for that. And he put me here in order to bless others. So
That's right.
I'm 100% behind what you're saying. Yes.
So good. So good. Do you see the people that we have at TPN Community? This is the community we're building, and we're attracting leaders that are, just with a heart, right? It's all
Yes.
faith and and heart that want to really serve. So thank you, ladies.
Mhm.
And Michelle, tell us, what's the impact you're making? How are you serving?
Mm.
What is your story?
Well, first, faith is first.
Yes.
Faith, because having belief in God, knowing that you're serving
That's
a greater
wonderful.
purpose, not
I want somebody to
just.
hear your wisdom, because you be spitting out them wisdom.
Yes.
I want them to hear it, that mic.
So again, started with faith. Faith is always what leads me. You know, I ask God to guide us, and so that's where I start. I transitioned into doing health insurance,
Mhm.
not willingly. I was coerced, honestly.
Wow.
I was actually
Wow.
doing taxes at the time. I was in accounting.
Wow.
My degrees were in accounting, and someone kept insisting, your personality, you would help this community so much. You give so much information. It's the way you express yourself. You make things easy for people. Like, you make people understand their taxes.
Wow.
So if you could say that, you can definitely help people understand health
So
insurance.
good.
And I started in Medicare, which is dear to my heart because I love, like, my favorite human in the world was my grandma. And so in having my grandmas, now I feel like I serve grandmas.
Yeah.
And that really, really opened my heart to being helpful, accessible. They can reach me. They didn't feel intimidated. I made insurance easy, and then it branched to then brokering and learning all of the
Right.
fields and the private insurances and how they work and how to benefit people. I did. I worked for some time as an account manager for Medicare retirees. And that was amazing because I traveled all over the United States and I get to see all the grandmas and grandpas and their families. And I've had people cry to me, saying to me how you've put so much into me that I feel like you're my child. Like, you've done like more than what my child could have done for me. And
Aw.
that's the rewards every
Amazing.
single day. Like,
That's the
you know,
impact.
that's the impact that you
Yes.
feel, that you sleep at night knowing you served someone.
Yes.
To me, that's the biggest impact I can hold. And now with an agency, I'm trying my very best to show other agents how to work with heart. I promise, no, it's never the easiest thing, but it's so worth it.
Yeah.
It's so worth it when you help a family get all the coverage, cover the gaps, know that no matter what hits them, financially, they will make it because you've made sure
Yeah.
they have the coverage that they need across the board.
Wow.
And I'm not limited by a contract
Sure.
because that's why I went to brokering.
Yeah.
I didn't want just one product.
Yeah.
So that goes across for health insurance and life insurance. I started to just really pivot and make myself a holistic place for them
Sure.
to cover all the gaps that could possibly affect them.
So
Because
good.
health is so
Health
costly.
is
wealth.
everything. Health is wealth.
Yeah.
So I from what I'm hearing is protection. You know, you give people that peace of mind, which is to me very important, right? Having that peace of mind, knowing that you have someone that's knowledgeable. And as I'm hearing you speak, every time I hear you kind of introduce yourself and speak a little bit about what you do, I'm always learning something new.
Yes.
And that just brings up another thing about how important it is to have platforms like this where you can share with the world, because we all can say, what do you do? Well, I own Alexandra Marketing. I am the founder of TPN Community. But what is it? You know, we can't walk around with a, recording saying, this is what I do, right? That's why we can't. People just see the name of the company but nobody really cares about the name of the company. They want to do business with people.
Exactly.
And when you get to share what you do and open up and people could feel and hear your heart behind the impact that you're making, to me, that is what true networking is all about.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing here. We're creating space for people from all walks of life to, number one, feel like they could belong here,
Yes.
right? You belong in this room, but be able to have a platform like this to share more than just what the business is.
Yeah.
How are you leaving that impact? What do you do? What makes you the expert,
Exactly.
right? Why do people want to work with you? And so that's so important. So let's pivot a little bit, go into Owwll. We're all here because we just took over the Owwll headquarters, and we are TPN and Owwll making it happen today. So amazing. Great app. Our members, part of their membership benefit is the partnership that we have with Owwll. every Wednesday we have the Women Wednesday on the app where we set our phones, we go on, we have conversations with all that community, and it's been weeks and weeks now. So we're super excited for that partnership. And it's continuing to grow, continue to grow. So every member, every president. So I know, Jennifer, how much you love Owwll, and you've been killing it. So I'm going to go to you first.
Sure.
Killing it. So share with us, number one, why do you love Owwll? Number two, what are you getting out of it? And maybe a success story, because I'm sure you have one.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I've been on the Owwll app thanks to the TPN community for a few months now, at least 90 days plus we've been on. And I can tell you just the caliber of connections that you've made, like genuine connections on the app, it's nothing less, right? And just recently they gave us a challenge, a 30-day
Yes.
heart challenge, right? So
Awesome.
not only are we keeping well physically, but we're also keeping well with connections, because again, if you have a tool and you're not using it, you get in what you put out, right?
Right.
So we're challenged to make one call a day. I mean, how easy is that?
Mhm.
But what I love is that because of this challenge, not only do we keep accountability with everyone who is participating, but the entire community, the Owwll community, who may not have known us before, they're reaching out to us
Yeah.
because visibility, right?
Right.
Visibility.
Yes.
And that's what it's about. I mean, networking is great, but it's consistency, is visibility, and that's what will make the difference.
Yeah.
Mhm.
People showing up once is not gonna
No.
move the needle.
No.
And creating impact is consistency.
Yeah.
So I love that you have a community with you as an accountability partner,
Mhm.
but also just a genuine community that wants to get to know you.
Yeah.
And even if, I mean, I've had situations where they may not be an ideal client for
Yeah.
me, but it's not about that sale. It's not transactional, it's relational. And people are, referring me.
Yep.
I mean, how amazing is that? Like, oh, I met such and such and they told me that I needed to call you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
Yep.
you don't see that happen often. I mean, obviously in TPN.
Right. Right.
Right,
That's
right.
what we
But
model, right?
That's what we model.
We do.
But it's just refreshing. I mean, as I said, I'm super excited. I mean, I've been like sharing this resource because a lot of people, they still don't know about the app.
Right.
And when I share with them, like, do you know about this app? And they're like, no.
No.
I mean, so many people are on the app that they would want to connect with, and just being able to give a resource that they did not know about,
Mhm.
it's a tool for me, but it's a win for the entire community.
Yeah.
So I love it.
I love what you said, Jennifer, and it's something that we practice in one of the 7 essential C's of networking as we continue to
Yep.
teach people how to network through our community. Is sometimes you'll meet someone and they may not have business for you. It's not, don't go into as a transaction. What you get out of it is someone that can refer business to you in the future.
Yep.
Just look at it as a stage that you get to talk about your business. Everyone has a network of people that may be one day your client, but you have to make the call. You have to show up, right? It's showing up is half the battle. That's where a lot of people lose. They just don't show up. Imagine sitting at your desk and just turning it on and be able to have the phone calls come in and taking calls between customers. You're one person away from changing your life. And I shared earlier about a success story for me is that I just brought on a new president. We're always looking for new presidents. We're growing globally. And Louisiana just opened up just through someone I met called me in. I was like, hello. And she's like, started talking, and I mentioned a TPN community. She goes, oh, I know. I see your Wednesday TPN is featured. I was like, yes. So that was easy. I didn't have to sell her on the TPN community. Not that I would anyway, but I didn't have to over explain. And she was interested right away. We kept talking. Long story short, now I'm getting ready to help her launch her chapter. So again, if I didn't take that phone call, I would have missed an opportunity to bring in someone like her into our community. Yep. And then today she actually texted me and said, hey, I was on a Owwll call and I met someone that I told her she needs to meet you. Exactly. So another opportunity to bring in another president. I don't know where she's from, but I can't wait until we're done here. I'm going to go on the the Owwll app and give her a call and see what she's all about.
And it's just being creative. As you say, you may not be able to transactionally between you and that person, but who can you be a link for them for, and I love it. So
So what about you? I know you're also a little new to it, but I know you're using it.
No, I actually got a phone call. I did get a call, and it, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So just like you said, you answer the phone and you start talking, and sure enough, I was speaking to a woman who lives in Las Vegas, and she had a nonprofit,
Mm.
and she was talking to me about her nonprofit that kind of involves human trafficking as well. So then
Wow.
she's like, "Hey, we need speakers. How
Right.
would you like
Common
to come-"
ground.
Yes.
Another C.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow. So we stayed connected and we're coordinating a date. And I also told her about she's also interested in the TPN community. So it's following up as well.
Yeah.
So I do love it. I have to get on more. And I love watching you and then how they gave us Wednesday. We have to take more advantage of this
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we're sitting on the phone. We don't even have to like get up, put on
Yeah, yeah.
makeup, our
No,
hair,
no, we're on
put
the
on
phone.
heels and go to a
Yeah.
we could just you're
Sometimes
on
I'm
the
walking
phone.
and a call comes in. I'm like, hello, this is
Yes,
Alexandra. And we start talking. Hi, I'm from New York. I'm like, hello. All of a sudden, boom, boom, we have a conversation. So it works. And
I love it.
and we love, again, Owwll because of the partnership. And also we get to tap into their community.
Yes.
And it's bringing, like you said, visibility
Yes.
into for TPN community. And it's doing the same. When I made that decision to offer Owwll to every one of my members or every member that part of TPN community, it was a big decision because I trusted the app. I see where it's going. I love Jason. I know what he's doing.
Yes.
And there's thousands of people
Yeah.
on this
Yes.
app that most people don't know about. I'm like, but the thousands of people know about it. Like, why don't you know about it? So it's really funny because when you start using it, you're just like so blown away
Yeah.
by the caliber of people that you're actually meeting, you know, authors, you know, speakers, you know, people like, I mean, so many incredible humans on this app that, like I said, one person away from changing your entire life.
What's also
We would never have met them other than being on this app.
exactly
Or
Yeah.
maybe we would, but not as
Yeah.
not
at
in
our
the way.
fingertips.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Accessible.
Here's the other side of that, and what I take away from it is you become a resource.
Right.
Yes.
You become
Yes.
someone, and I think that's
Yes.
one of the biggest things about networking.
Yeah.
People come to you and say, "Hey, do you happen to know?" And because you are reaching out and speaking to people
Yeah.
and getting to know who they are and building these relationships, people come to you as a resource, and you can
Yeah.
connect people,
Yeah.
much as Alexandra does, like I do, like I'm sure you do,
Yeah.
to get people. Oh, I know someone who does that. Absolutely.
Yes.
And you're also a referral partner in that
and become the
experience.
expert, right?
And it brings up your value because people are like, wow, you know so many people. It's like,
Yes.
we're talking to a lot of people.
We know a lot of people.
We
Yeah.
know a lot of
We're
people.
all very-
We're locked into these networks.
Yeah.
You know,
Very
that's what it
valuable.
is.
It is,
We
yeah.
have the
And we
resource.
believe in this. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, I think that's the biggest thing. Like,
Absolutely.
there's no business that runs by itself.
No,
Absolutely
no.
none. Without people, without connections,
Yes.
without relationships. And I tell people that too. I don't have clients. I have relationships.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Across the board.
That's what
It's
the-
all
the
relationships.
main thing is the
People do
relationship.
business with people,
they
not
love.
your company, not logos, not your
Correct. It's
website.
you.
Nope.
We spend so much time getting our websites together. All those things are
Yes.
important.
Yeah.
However, this time you should be spending is networking, connecting, and building your network because your network is your what?
Net
Net
worth,
worth.
honey.
Exactly. So
Absolutely.
that's where you really should be spending. But people get busy and they're like, I don't have time. I don't have time to call. I don't have time to network. But no, you should. It's, you know, once a month, come to TPN community, find a community in your area. You know, and if we don't have a chapter there,
Let us know.
let us know because we
Yes.
will
We can
open
help
one
you.
up. Okay.
I like to say people think they're in the business of like me, legal services or nonprofits or whatever it is.
Mhm.
You're in the business of people because
That's it.
without people,
Yes.
There's no
nothing-
business.
There's nothing.
Exactly. So
Yes.
So that goes into my next question is what's the one or two things that you can now give the audience who's listening today? What's an advice, or I call it wisdom, because I believe that wisdom comes with experience. You've been through a lot in your life. You've been running your business. You've been around. So what is that like thing that you would tell them today they should be doing as a business owner? Say someone's new or right in the middle of their experience right now. What would you tell them?
So I would say start. Don't wait for everything to get started because it will never be everything. You'll never know everything. And as you start moving, you gain that confidence. You start meeting new people who can help you to expedite your goals, right? So I would just say start.
Yeah.
You know, the first step is taking that step, and then everything else will start working out. And even if it doesn't work the first time, guess what? You gained experience, you know
Right.
what not to do,
Yes.
and then you can pivot. So I would just say just start.
That reminds me of our first 7 essential C's of networking is courage,
Yes.
right? Having courage to do the thing, do it scared,
Yeah.
show up scared, because like you said, it's never going to be perfect. If you're waiting to have all your ducks in a row to start or to do a new thing or to expand or to merge or rebrand, you're going to be waiting for a long time. It's just do it and learn through it. So courage is number one, because you have to have courage before you can build confidence.
And by the way, that's my favorite C. If you'll notice, anytime I comment on your book, because I truly, truly believe that that's where it starts. Everything
Yes.
starts there.
Yes, I've lived it. I mean, that's all I've done my whole life is just kept being courageous and showing up and doing it scared.
Doing it scared. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
So I love courage and showing up scared. And what comes to me is get out of your own way. You're the only one in your way. And I didn't realize people used to say that to me, and I didn't realize what that meant until I literally got out of my own way and prayed about it. And faith, we always keep the faith. And what you're called to do is calling you. So
Ooh, say that again for the
yes,
people that
yes.
need to hear it.
What you're called to do is calling you. So you keep hearing
So
that
good.
Yes.
that still small voice. It's in your gut, and there is fear. So that helps you develop that courage. And once you step over that, everything comes to you because what's meant for you is for you. No one can take that away, and it is a little scary, especially if you're leaving a corporate 9 to 5 and you're opening up, or you're retiring from a government job and you're going forward to what you're being called to do. And I tell my students that too. We're not just being called to do one thing. Just because that one thing, you went to college, you got your degree, whatever the case may be, there's so many doors. Like I was in real estate first, then I went into government. Now I'm in educating. I connect all of it. Guess what? I educate women, even men, people who don't think that they can buy a house or get a mortgage. I tell them, hey, I did it. And then I talk to them about how I did it. And when they hear these stories, and there's a lot of people out there that don't believe in themselves because they're in their way.
Yeah.
So it's so inspired. Be that inspiration. I have an inspiration constantly. I'm constantly looking for an inspiration, and I also realize that I inspire other people too. So like, coaches need coaches, mentors need mentors. We're always, and just like I need, want, and seek a mentor, I also am a mentor, because where I am and where I've gotten, there's always somebody wanting to get to where I'm at. So just keep that fire and keep growing, and also open yourself up to empowering women. I grew up in a place where it was like there was jealousy, there was hatred, not so much hatred, what they call it, hater.
Yeah.
So now I'm in a place where like I see a beautiful woman doing her thing. I'm like,
Yeah,
"You
let's-
go girl."
let's throw
And
some
how
flowers.
can I get there? Like I
Absolutely.
love that. How can I get there? Compliment her shoes, compliment her purse, her hair, whatever the case may be, because we all, like, when we're together, it's we create more fire,
And
and
at
that
TPN
fire,
Community, we say
that's what we do.
it's about collaboration,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
competition.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
and we're here to collaborate.
you
And
know
that's
what?
how our meetings
Yeah.
are. Like
What-
we're all, that's what I love about the TPN community and the TPN meetings. We walk in the room, we're like, girl, look at
Yeah.
you. I love your shoes.
Yeah,
I
we're
love your style. I love-"
cheering you on, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? I like to say, what is for you can only be for you.
That's right.
And
Yes.
if what you're doing doesn't scare you somewhat, you're not dreaming big
Yes.
enough.
Yeah.
You really aren't. So
Yes.
And this ain't about
Yes.
it's so funny.
It's
I did we have to wrap up soon, but a quick story. I did a TikTok today, and one of what I was saying is stop the copy and paste, right? Because the copy and
Oh,
paste is
yes.
what you're watching out there, and you're trying to copy and paste, but no one can ever duplicate
No.
you. You
Yeah.
are an original. Like
Yes.
God made you the way He
Yes.
made you.
Mhm.
No one else. So
Yes.
stop being on social media looking to copy and paste when God already gave you all the tools you need to succeed and show up and do the
Yep.
assignment.
Yes.
Yep.
Right?
I love it.
Let's go with your closing remarks.
I'm just gonna say, be you,
Yeah.
keep
Ooh,
showing
love
up for
that.
yourself, and sit back and look at all the things you've already accomplished, all the things you already did, and you were scared when you did that. So don't be afraid to lean into life.
Mm.
You know, life is for you. And as long as you keep believing that, you're going to go far.
Yeah.
Wow,
Love
be
it.
you. So I think
I
we have
love
like
it.
30 seconds left. However, I did it to the last group. One of you asked me one question that you want to know about me really quick, and we're going to go from there. You pick whichever wants to ask.
So what keeps you going?
Oh, that's a good question. I love the surprise. What keeps me going is my responsibility to my calling and my assignment and my responsibility to my community. That's what keeps me going. It's just I have a big goals, big vision, big responsibility, and I think that um, I got to keep going for all of you, right?
Yeah.
Because that was what God put in my heart to do.
Love it.
So every day,
I
Pick
love
it up
it.
and
And I
keep
think
going.
it keeps you back.
Yeah.
I think that's what gives you
Yes.
back the energy to
Yeah.
keep going.
Yes.
Because people ask me all that, how do you keep doing it? I'm
Yeah,
like,
keep-
once you know your assignment and you're clear on your vision,
Yeah.
you know, going back to Owwll, Owwll's
Yeah.
got thousands of people on the app. The vision started, but if Jason didn't keep going and building communities like this, he wouldn't have given you the opportunity to meet.
Yes.
It's like that one vision allows people to expand and grow. And it's always you're one person away from
Away.
changing your entire life.
and
You're
that's-
one idea away from changing your entire community. And it
Absolutely.
takes each
100%.
one of us to believe in it and just keep going.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Jason has a responsibility to all of us because we want that app to keep growing and
Yes,
going
we
because
do.
we're going to meet more person. And that's what it's
Right?
all about.
Yeah.
So ladies, thank you. This has been
Thank
so
you.
cool. Good
Thank
conversations.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
Good. Are you enjoying this podcast fun party we're having here?
I am.
So much fun.
Get the glasses
Yeah,
adjusted
and I'll make sure
here.
everything adjusted. You want, yeah,
There we go.
perfect. Yeah, but you want to come back? That's perfect. Yeah, I love it.
Perfect.
So, hello, ladies.
Hi.
So excited to see everyone. So we're gonna start off. Just want to, introduce yourself. I've been on here for a little while now, but I can introduce myself again. Alexandra Silva Labarr. I am an author, speaker, and the founder of TPN Community. So excited to be able to join forces with Owwll. We are here taking over the Owwll Studio. We're at the headquarters today, and TPN and Owwll just joined forces to have a good time today. We're having a good time.
I
Having a
say we're
party.
having a good time.
So we're gonna start and learn a little bit about the ladies here. I've been starting over there, so I feel like I need to start here this time
Sure.
just to switch it up. So a little bit, who are you, what you do, and just share.
All right. Sounds good. So my name is Nicole Winter. I'm the Associate Director of Development at Women in Distress of Broward County. We are a state certified, nationally accredited domestic violence center. We're the only state certified one in Broward County, and our mission is to end domestic violence abuse for everyone through
Yes.
intervention, education, and advocacy. So yeah, I've been there for about a year and a half now, and it's an incredible, challenging, motivating, fulfilling role where you get to meet so many interesting people and help people and learn about yourself as well. Yeah.
I
So
love that.
that's what I do now.
Yeah, the work you're doing is just incredible, and it's very dear to my heart as well. You're also a TPN member.
I am.
Nonprofits are important to each chapter, so you were picked by the Fort Lauderdale chapter to be a member. So we're so excited to have you here, and we've done so much together in such a short time
Yeah,
already.
absolutely. Ever since we met, immediately.
Yeah,
There's-
we're
there's
like,
so many opportunities. Let's go.
And that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Forming a community, getting the word out, and that's what we do. So thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
absolutely.
you. All right, we'll go to you next.
Hi. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Awesome, awesome. So my name is Stacey Ann Bennett, and I'm a mortgage loan officer with PRMG and here in Florida. I specialize in helping first-time home buyers
Nice.
and families understand the home buying process.
Mhm.
A lot of people want to purchase homes, but they don't have the right resources. So I'm here to help educate them in purchasing their home.
I love that. I love how you lead with just service. You're a little bit about what you do, but why you're doing it is to educate. And that's to me what I just love hearing, that you are definitely a TPN member.
Yes, definitely.
We got the 7 essential C's of networking down packed. I love it. All right, Jennifer.
So, hi everyone. Thank you for having me. So, my name is Jennifer Lee Marcus. I am a regional manager with Legal Shield. And what that means is that I work with individuals, families, entrepreneurs, and companies to give them access to affordable legal and identity theft protection services, right? And what that means that similar to how your health insurance works for your medical and hospital bills, that's what we do for attorneys. What we found is that a lot of individuals and families, they do not want to use resources, especially in the legal industry, because they think it's too costly or it could be intimidating. So I educate them to let them understand that it does not have to be that way. They don't have to try to go through issues alone, and it's okay to get help without breaking the bank. So yeah, so that's what I do.
So good. It's another education, right?
Yeah.
So many people have no idea that they even have access to something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what this is, an opportunity, right? We want to build these platforms, these opportunities for our members to come in and share what they do, because people listening are probably like, wow, I didn't know that. Oh, wow, I got to get in touch with her. So as I always say, we're one person away from changing our entire lives.
Awareness is key.
Awareness is key. Absolutely. So now let's get to learn a little bit more on another level, right? We know what you do, but what is the impact that you're truly making? Like, what is the legacy you're leaving behind? So
Absolutely.
someone's watching, it's like, okay, we understand the cause and we understand, but what is the true impact? Like,
Right.
what's happening in your space that people need to be like, wow,
Yeah,
this is why
absolutely.
she wakes up in the morning
Yeah.
and she's going hard.
So one of the things that's a common misconception, especially with our organization as Women in Distress, oftentimes we'll refer to ourselves as WID now, because women are not the only ones that experience domestic violence. Men are also victims of domestic violence.
Wow.
1 in 3 women will experience it in their lifetime, 1 in 4 men, and 1 in 7 children.
Wow.
And so making sure that people are aware that, hey, if you're a man, you can be experiencing this too, and it's okay. You can call and ask for help. You can call and ask for resources. And a lot of people don't know, just like you said, they don't know what's available to them. Same thing with within the domestic violence realm and with the social services available in South Florida, is that there are a lot of services that are here available to help. But if you don't know they're here, how are you going to be able to reach out and ask? So that's, for me, what gets me up in the morning is I want to be able to make sure that I communicate this, because the more people know that there's help available, the more they can reach out for that. So reducing those barriers, making it easier for people to get access to what they need when they need it.
So good. Wow. You give me chills. So good. And I love that hearing the statistics, because again, people don't understand it.
It's
That-
just, it's so rampant.
Holy cow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, you have work to do, and I'm sure
We got a lot of work to
you got
do.
a lot of work to do, but you're impacting.
And it was incredible to have you also with us helping. So for those that don't know, we had Miss Alexandra here for our Women's Empowerment Forum. So we
Yes.
did a whole event about networking, and it fit perfectly
Yes.
with everything that TPN is all about. And having you talk about your story and talk about show up scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so good. And I was so honored to
It's
be
powerful.
there. So amazing. Thank you. And that's just from meeting you. All of a sudden, I'm on stage.
Yeah.
So again, I
That's-
can't stress that enough, right?
Yeah.
That's what we do. The powering connection.
Connections. Yeah.
Share a little bit again, just your, the impact you're making. I know you do mortgages and you want to educate people, but what's your story? And the reason why I ask this question is because I believe that how many mortgage brokers are out there? Let's be honest, right? How many realtors are out there? How many marketing people are out there, right? But what makes you different? Like, what is that impact that you're making?
So my business is centered around education. I feel like a lot of people disqualify themselves before actually getting qualified because they believe they won't qualify for a mortgage. And most of the time it's because they're not with the right person to help guide them towards what product is out there. I like to educate my clients. As I said, a big part of my business is centered around that. I help my client understand credit, down payment assistance programs, budgeting, and help them prepare for the steps that they need to take to get towards home ownership.
Yeah.
A lot of people buying a home is not transactional. It's actually stability, a legacy, something that they can pass down to their children. So I like to help people that feels overwhelmed or discouraged and help show them that home ownership is possible. So that's what differentiates me from others. I like
So what wakes you up? What makes you excited when you wake up in the morning? What I get all that, but what's that excitement of what are you giving?
I'm given. So think about, especially in our generation, a lot of people don't feel like they are able to purchase or sorry.
Yeah. Or even get like be able to do that thing,
Yeah.
right? Because they feel maybe their family didn't do it or
Correct.
someone in their life didn't do it. But
Right.
you're giving them that hope.
They don't have the education, they don't have the knowledge, they
Sure.
don't have
Yeah.
the people around them to help lead them to that. And even when, say, they have a family member that can leave them a home and the family member passed away, they sometimes lose that property. So my thing is to educate them also on financial literacy and stuff. So for me, waking up in the morning is knowing that I'm helping someone achieve a milestone, because purchasing a house is a milestone, is a huge milestone.
Look at chills. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Because I know that we all have, right? There's a reason why we wake up in the morning.
Absolutely.
We all, it's not just a job, right?
Correct.
It's not about just education.
Correct.
But if it makes us feel good and we can wake up and we know we're making an impact in other people's lives,
Correct.
then what you do kind of goes away.
Yes.
Right? People
Yes.
now gets to do business with a real person who is heart-centered.
Exactly. It's a different feel when you're guiding someone towards something, especially something that they don't believe in, or they thought that wasn't possible or it's not going to happen. They get so nervous, they get so scared. So with me, I help show them like, hey, you got to believe more in yourself. This is possible. This is what you got to do.
Show up scared.
Yeah, show up scared. So I set them on a plan of action. So I don't just, a lot of people sometimes get disqualified saying, oh, you're not qualified for a loan. And my thing to them is like, what's your situation? What's your scenario? Okay, you have problem coming up with the money. All right, there's down payment assistance program out there. There's seller's credit. There's different things to help you towards getting over that hurdle, right? If they have problems with their credit, I can help you with that. So I don't just pre-qualify. I didn't want to just be somebody that's pre-qualify a buyer. I want to be someone that helps set them and create strategies to help them to get towards that.
I love it. So good. So good. Jennifer, what about you?
So with me, so it's huge because I always say deja vu. Like I knew I was born to make an impact. So when I first found my business, I was an employee. The services that I market was marketed to me as an employee benefit. I had no idea that I could, be a representative for them. And when I first saw the services, my best friend's dad is an attorney I'm from Jamaica, and, estate planning, and it's what they did in real estate. So, and commercial real estate was the company that I worked in. So I'm like, listen, there's this program that they have here at my job, and you guys should do this. This is amazing, right? And you just pay, into like an insurance program, and then you get access to all these benefits. So fast forward, when my best friend's dad, one of my bridal parties, her dad is the one who introduced me to the concept. I'm like, they have these services at work. I always thought it made sense. And the reason why it really stood out to me was for the estate planning, because I saw so many families torn apart, including my own, because they did not have a plan for what should happen if something happens to the matriarch or the dad or whatever. So, and I found out that happens not only in my family, but other families, right? But it's just, most people, they thought they don't need a will. So once I saw that, okay, if my family would have had this in place, there wouldn't be rift in our family, because from that, it just lost the arguments, and just because there was no preparation.
Right.
And what we found is that a lot of people, especially in my culture, they didn't do it because lack of education, superstition, whatever. And we're like, listen, we all have that day. So you might as well plan for it, right?
Yeah. What's the saying of failure to plan is a plan to fail?
Exactly. So, but we all have that day. So again, I was really passionate about letting people know that there is a resource that you can have access to get, your affairs in order first and foremost. And then just knowing what your rights are.
Yeah.
Like I like to say, if you don't know what your rights are, you don't have any. I saw so many people, especially unfortunately the ones who can't afford to have an attorney are the ones who get taken advantage of the most. So I became passionate. I'm like, even if I didn't get paid to do this thing, I would still tell people because I knew about the service, the impact piece before the money.
Yeah.
The money is great. And then, of course, I take the money. And I found that a lot of women, too, were also looking for opportunities to supplement their households. So I'm like, what better way to share with them what I found? Because I wasn't thinking big enough, like that I could, not affect what I'm doing and still make an impact and influence others so they can have access to their rights. So I began to just, share the information, and here we are.
I love
So,
it.
yeah.
Such a good story, right? We all start from someplace and how we end up where we're at. It's always so interesting to hear how people end up doing what they're doing.
Hey,
Right?
you can have if you look at my history, I have the strangest background.
Oh my gosh, you
compared
gotta tell, because I already know. Let's go to you really quick. What tell us your background.
So, this is my second career. I started, I'm from South Florida. I grew up down here and was a kid in ballet and discovered circus because I was in ballet class and discovered I was freakishly flexible.
Yeah.
So I went to my dance teachers the next day. I'm like 10, 11 years old. I'm like, look what I can do. I'm like, see, I can put my butt to my head. So cool.
Yeah.
We all know this. Like, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
So from there, I started just training circus. And when I was 16, I went to Canada to, there's a school that's part of Cirque du Soleil. It's called the National Circus School. So I moved to Canada and joined that and literally ran away and joined the circus at 16 and toured the world for 10 years. And that was my life. And then comes the pandemic where I decided I love being on stage. I love inspiring people, but I want to help people. I loved inspiring, but I knew there was more you could do. So 2020, I sat, super excited at first for my vacation of sitting in my apartment all alone, which I never got to do on the road. And I just decided, well, let's go back to school. So I got my degree from UF and started looking at careers. First, I started event planning because it's what I knew. I knew how to run an event. I knew how to do entertainment for an event, all of that. And it was fun, but it wasn't fulfilling because it wasn't helping people. And so I just transitioned slowly into the nonprofit world and then just randomly came across Women in Distress. And that was a click moment for me of I can take all of my passions, all of my history, my understanding of events, my understanding of what entertains, what makes people stop and watch. And I can put that into an area where it brings new audience and spreads awareness. So it just one led to the other. But
love it.
Yeah, you never know how it's going to happen.
You never know how it's going to happen, but it's the common factor is it's still heart.
Right.
You did everything with your heart.
Mm-hmm.
You followed your passion.
You followed the passion. That's number one.
Yeah. I don't know what my passion is. Sit with yourself.
Yes.
You know what your passion is. Trust me,
Right.
because you know what lights you up.
And try things. Try and fail.
things,
It's okay.
Absolutely. Because sometimes if you don't know, go try something.
Yeah.
Go show up scared. Do it. Because then when you get there and you're like, wow, I really love this thing. And stop doing things that you don't like, right?
Yeah,
Stop
I agree.
doing things that don't light you up. If it's your career, I mean, we have to do things that we don't like sometimes. So I always tell the kids, like, you do what you have to do so you can do what you want to do, right? In life.
Yeah.
You got to go to school. However, it's that if that's your passion, that's what's the fire in you. Like, you're waking up in the morning and you got to go, like
Right.
that has to be in you. And I just don't get how many people are just walking around that don't even love what they do. And that's sad to me because I love all the things I do.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you know what? Life is short. So
Yeah.
like I admire that. Like
Yeah.
that's
She pivoted. She's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh, new
Yeah.
career."
And it wasn't easy. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously when I stopped and we went into pandemic, it wasn't just me, all of
Yeah.
the performers, we all went into a world where we had no jobs
Yeah.
and we didn't have any skills established to get a job. So it was not easy by any means. And it, I had to do some little interim things to
Sure,
make
sure.
ends meet
Yeah, yeah.
financially, but it's okay. We
Yeah.
do what we have to do to move forward and
That's
to
it.
get to the next stop.
I love it. All right. So let's talk a little bit about Owwll. Are you using the Owwll app?
Yes.
Okay. Could you share with us your experience? If there's any like success stories that you may have, or how are you using it so far?
So far, what I like about Owwll app is connecting with professionals
Mhm.
and entrepreneurs
Mhm.
that's focused on building, building their businesses and collaborating with everyone and motivating
Mhm.
people. It's inspiring to be around people that's not only building their business, but they're helping to support others and being more impactful in the community. I have made connection with a few people on there. It's pretty much like walking around and actually networking every day because you have people like in on your phone. They're
Yeah,
right
call
there.
you.
The phone is ringing, they're calling, and you're getting to meet like these excited and different individual and getting to know more about what they're doing, and they're interested in knowing about what I'm doing, and they're interested in helping me. And I'm like, man, this is awesome. This is amazing. Like, where was this before? So the experience of it is wow to me, and I love it, and I can't wait to explore it even more because it's almost like the sky is the limit with it.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
no glass ceiling with it. So I just love it. It's amazing to me.
Yeah, it's always fun just picking up the phone and just hearing somebody on the other end with this, like you said, that enthusiasm. They're so excited. So your day could be going like whatever, but then
Mm.
you hear someone you've never met who's so excited about like learning about you. How many people even call to find out about you?
No
Like
one.
nobody even
You have to
cares.
go to
You have
events.
to go to events like,
Yeah.
I want to speak, but they're just saying,
Yeah.
can you tell me a little bit about yourself? And you're like, okay. 10 minutes of fame. Let me
Yes.
go. I'm ready.
Yes.
But that is so cool to me.
Yes,
When I first started using the app, I'm like, wow, they care about me.
Yes.
And then you get to ask a little bit of their question. And all of a sudden you're just like, leaving a little review and reconnect another time. But yeah, I always find it so fun to just have all these conversations with complete strangers
Yes.
who then just become friends. And it's in a
Yes.
10-minute. But the reason why they're calling you is because they just want to know about you.
Yes.
So that to me is the key, right? Key point of when you pick up, like get ready for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's relationship building,
Yeah.
right? So it's not just social media.
Yeah.
You're literally building a relationship and communicating and collaborating with other
Yeah.
people and seeing how you can help each other. So it's a gem.
And it was so easy to sign up.
Yeah.
It was just really straightforward.
It's so
Sometimes it's really
easy.
complicated, but no, I love
And then
that
once
part.
you're in, just set up like your office hours.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. That was a game changer for me because we're all busy. But if you're driving in the car and you're like, oh, I got time to kill, let me, take some phone calls or make some phone calls. But again, I keep saying this, it's you're one person away from changing your life. You don't know who's on the other end.
Mm.
And I think you said that earlier, Jennifer, where sometimes that conversation may not be a transaction for you. However, it could be a referral.
Right.
They can say, oh, wow, I know someone in South Florida. Or I know this big company that would love to
Right.
sponsor. You just
Yeah.
never know, just because they're in another state, that does not mean they're not a resource for you. And I believe like every connection is a resource.
Absolutely.
That's what you do.
Everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens by chance. And I can tell you with Owwll, I mean, I've been on it over 90 days now, and it's been just great. I mean, I am on it like every day, and I do set my office hours, but I have people calling, and I even go on outside of office hours just because I'm always looking to grow my network because I'm in the business of people.
Yeah.
I know I say legal services and identity theft protection services, but at the end of the day, if you don't have your network to speak with, then you have nothing.
Yeah.
So, but not just for myself, right? I'm in my inventory is people because I'm also thinking about who can I help,
Right.
And that makes you valuable, right?
Yeah.
The amount of value that you bring to a marketplace is going to determine
Yeah.
the results, right? So I'm always looking, how can I help in my sphere?
Sure.
Giving them a resource. And I love having the Owwll app as a resource to give.
Right.
I meet so many people in person that are not familiar with the app.
Sure.
So I'm sharing it literally with them. And then they have a challenge right now. It's called a 30-day hard challenge, which I'm super, super excited about, only because I usually exercise generally, but like every day, like today's day 19, and I'm telling you, I've never done that ever. So having the accountability has just really made a difference, but not just for that physical well-being, also being consistent on using the app, because if you have any tool and you're not using it, you're going to get nothing, right? So being consistent within the app itself has helped, and I'm thankful for the platform and all the people on there as it continues to grow. So,
Love it. So good. So good. So one thing that you should tell whoever's watching, what is the advice? I mean, you've gone through, you just shared, pivoted and your career. If somebody's a new business owner or just someone listening, what is a wisdom, like a wise kind of thing that you want to tell them? Like, it could be 20 seconds. It doesn't have to be a whole,
Something that I would say is, and this has been so prevalent for me this past week, even when you're exhausted and your cup is empty and you're like, why am I doing what I'm doing? We all have those days. Even when you do what you love, you're going to have those days. Do it anyway.
Oh, I love it.
Just keep doing it. Yeah. And if you have to make changes, you'll make changes, but just keep pushing forwards.
I love that. I heard something the other day. It said, if you're not 100%, still show up.
Yeah.
Even if you show up at 10%, 20%, you're still showing up at 100% because that's all you can give at that moment.
Right.
And that resonated with me. It's like showing up is so important. Don't say, oh, I'm not 100%. I'm not going to show up. That 20% is 100% where you're at. And then when you get there, all of a sudden it expands because now you're meeting people. But when you show up, something changes in you. So,
and that doesn't mean don't take breaks, because absolutely we all have to take breaks. So.
No, 100%. Like with my kids, when dropping them off at school every day, sometimes, the kids would whine like, oh, I don't feel like this or I don't feel like that. But I tell them, you know what? Do the best you can today.
That's right.
Your best today might not be your best yesterday or what your best is going to be tomorrow, right? But today you're at the best that you can be today.
Such a good advice. Yes. Because people hide because they don't feel good and they think they can't, because we're told like, you're not 100%. You're not coming in. No, come in, come in,
Yeah.
And that it keeps expanding you, because now you're coming in a little different. You're not 100%, right, per se, but now you're still your brain already knows I'm not 100%.
Correct.
So what's going to happen? You're going to go in knowing the temperature of where you're at, and you're going to show up at that level,
and that's
you're going to expand it.
That's growth.
It's fine. It's better than not showing up.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Hello, Jason. Look who just joined us.
Look at these books I found, right?
So crazy.
How to share them, of course.
Thank you.
Sitting in my office. 3 different books, 3 different versions.
It's funny. I walked into
my book. Look at this. I found mine.
I know. I need to get. I need that book.
The Unleashed Entrepreneur.
I need that.
I just wrote one chapter.
Were you not? Oh, okay.
I'm not yet like cool like you. That has 3 different books.
So I walked into Jason's office. I was like, how to really find out someone's your friend? You walk into their office and you find all 3 of your books. Like, that's my boy. Isn't that sweet? Like, he's like, I'm getting it all. Every time I tell him to buy a book, he's like, I got you.
I love it.
I love it. What's going on?
It's been a great show today. I've been listening behind the scenes.
So good.
Ladies are having a fantastic time behind the scenes, by the way. They're shooting content and they had a ball.
I love it.
It's such a great studio space. It's very relaxed and easy to kind of get in the zone with it.
Thank you for letting us take over.
You
don't have to ask.
This is like twice. The 4.0 version. Like I first started, there was a different table, different background, banners, and I
love the table.
We just keep evolving and evolving. Yes.
Colors, everything. It's so much fun.
Yeah, this is a cool story. We had a famous artist named Lawrence Gartell. His picture's right here on this corner. He came on my other podcast, The Shrimp Tank, that you've been on with Farlink University. And then afterwards, we went to Podfest Expo together. And while he was there was this table brand there. And I said, wouldn't it be cool if we had a famous artist do a rap on this style table?
Nice.
And he looked at us. He's like, yeah, that'd be awesome. He's like, I'll give you a discount for the table, and we'll put it in our studio. So we all kind of collaborated together. I'm all in on collaborations all the time.
You are. Yeah,
having fun, running with it. Life's too short. Like, have fun. Don't follow what other people say in society. So he said yes, and then I found a rap guy, and here we are today with this awesome podcast.
But you're having a conversation about him right now. That's what happens when you collaborate. You get to meet people and join forces. This is what it is. Everybody deserves to win, right? We all should all win together.
And everyone's on the Owwll app. He's on the app.
Yeah.
Right. So you could ping him to go available, send him a paid text message, and get on a call with him and talk about your next podcast table potentially, and he'll wrap that.
Yes, I would love that. Let's do it.
Yes. So how was your time here with TPN Community doing your first studio takeover?
Yeah, what I loved most about it was learning from the members and my presidents that I've known for a while now, but got a little deeper with today. So that was nice to have this platform. And thank you for having us. It's been fun. This one here has a story. We've learned a lot about her, Miss Circus Girl, but very interesting. Just learning, from each other and how they serve our community. I think has been the most inspiring today for me, for sure.
It is interesting, so many people on the surface level, but sometimes we just don't spend that extra 30 minutes to an hour to really get to know people. And I've been guilty of that. Like
Yeah.
I go to events, everyone's like, "Oh, hey, Jason," and then you do a quick, text message here or there, but you don't really get to know someone until you sometimes just sit down at a podcast table
Right. Yeah.
or a one-on-one call through the app, right? And when
Stop.
it's just like you and there's nobody else watching, and
Yeah.
a one-on-one call, right? You just ask those questions and you find out the other side of people often,
Sure.
not just the
Mhm.
business side. You find
Yeah.
out, what are they struggling with,
Sure.
right? You thought they were being a wise ass at times, but really they were just venting and they were struggling themselves. They had too much on their plate. And I'm guilty of that. Like sometimes I say yes too often and then all of a sudden, that anxiety builds and people
Yep.
see me at an event running around like a maniac. And I'm like, because I'm a perfectionist and I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
things to come out great. But sometimes, people see it like, oh, why doesn't he say hi to me? And
Yeah,
and it's
just-
just like, because I'm in the zone.
Yeah,
I have to
yeah.
make sure these live podcasts go well
Yeah,
when
yeah,
we get at
yeah.
your event, for an example, or right here in the
Totally.
studio, right?
Mhm, mhm.
There's so many moving parts to running a professional podcast like you see today, which if you think about it, like we haven't had like pre-scripts
No.
pushing this together. Where it's
No.
like, we're going to put this together and do a collaboration. And the next quarter will get easier. And
Yep.
the one after that will get easier.
Solid.
It's like the
Yeah.
name of your book, Showing Up
Yep,
Scared.
show up
It's like,
scared.
I've just learned to put myself in uncomfortable positions and then naturally I'll learn. And
Yeah.
no different with building Owwll. Everyone thought I was absolutely crazy, like financial advisor, podcast host, building a mobile application, right? And those all fail. 99% of them do.
Yeah.
Like, what are you thinking? You're going to lose all your money. And now, we have over 11,000 people on the platform, and
Crazy.
I get these messages all the time. You're brilliant. These conversations I've had on Owwll have led to clients
Yeah.
or changing my life because it could be about fitness and health, like we're doing with 30-day hard challenge. And how awesome is it to see people go from like 200 pounds
Yeah.
down to like 185,
Yeah.
30 days later.
Crazy. But
And it's
doable.
all about community, which ties back to the TPN community. It's like sometimes it's nothing to like what your brand says at the
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
Like saying with Owwll, it's just that people talk, and when people talk and collaborate, good things happen on the other side. That's what I'm a believer. So at some point,
100%.
we'll make some money. But right now,
Yeah.
we're not really concerned about making money on the
Right
phone.
now, you're
Just
making
connecting people.
authentic connections.
Yes.
Authentic relationships.
Absolutely. It's
Awesome.
like I call the 10 minutes on Owwll. It's the 10 minutes of like fame. It's so much fun because who else calls you and want to really know about you? You have 10 minutes and obviously you don't use the whole 10 minutes. So I have a saying, it's actually a book. I can't remember the author, but it's not who you know, it's who knows you.
Mm.
We think we know all these people, but they know us because we're walking into these networking environments or they see us on Owwll app, but they don't really get to know you. When that phone rings and you pick up and they say, tell me about you, you're on stage and you get to now say, I'm Alexandra. I do this. Oh, wow. I have somebody who lives in South Florida. Or for me, oh, wow. TPN Community. I'm looking for new presidents. I want to be a president. Perfect. Louisiana now is open because of a phone call I got. So you get an opportunity to kind of be on that stage and share what you do and what you're passionate about. So the 10 minutes of fame, I call it. It's so much fun. And it starts going, right? I get it, a call, and I'm like, okay, 10 minutes. And then it's funny because we could both feel it. And it's like, do we want to extend it or do we want to keep going?
Yeah, I have those
Yeah, you have
moments.
Of course.
We're like, do we want to extend it? And then sometimes you don't want to extend it
Yeah.
because you are fine of where you're at. You're just like, and I've finished before 2 minutes early because the person we were good. We
Right.
met, we were good. We had a great conversation. There was a next steps there and we were good. But then there's others where I'm like, okay, I'm going to go expand. So I already did it. I'm like, okay, cool. And that's what it is. It's so cool. So
Let's talk to wrap the show up today about Women in Business Wednesdays. We came together. You were the first community that we launched with, right? Where we said, we're going to give you the first row of this app and put TPN Community right there up at the top. We're going to promote it on social media, really bringing in women in business to connect with one another. And I'm a big believer, one of my favorite quotes is, a rising tide raises all boats. Like we're not in competition with one another. Like people mention other apps all the time. And I'm like, okay, we could partner together. Like they're not my competition.
yeah.
Right. There's a gazillion people out there on the earth. Like we're at 11,000. Those other apps might be at 20, 30,000. Like no one's cornered the market yet.
No,
Right. So speak to just this collaboration
Yeah.
for a second and what's done to some of your members. I'm sure you have some stories where they built a relationship through Owwll, met someone in person potentially, or even changed their lives.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because the entire conversation today
Yeah.
was about asking, like, what has the Owwll app done for you? And it was a mutual, everyone going around. Jennifer, for example, just mentioning how it's changed her life. I mean, she wakes up and she can't wait to like meet another person. You shared an amazing story of just meeting, just individuals from all walks of life and getting to connect with people. So it has done tremendous to our community, and I'm excited to continue the relationship because, like I said, I've added it to our member benefit, and our members sat here today and said, I would not have known about the Owwll app if it was in TPN community. And that's the people we need. We need more communities to come in and introduce this to your community. And competition, are you kidding me? They're so excited that I'm giving them another touch point. I call that's networking, that's marketing, all these different touch points to help them grow their business. How can that be a competition? That's a value.
Sure.
When you look at it as a value, the competition stuff goes away. And they're growing professionally in their business, but now they have a whole other community they can tap into. Business is slow. Turn it on. Let's go meet some people, because you're one person away from changing your entire life. And we all know this.
100%.
Pick up the phone and show up. That's all you got to do. Pick up the phone and show up.
Of course. I do a lot of my calling, as you know, in my commuting, times, right? On the way to work, 30, 40 minutes, way home, same thing with traffic down here, but you can just open the app and there's always new people, and their default price $1. So where can you get access where someone picks up the phone at $1, right? And it's not about obviously the earnings on the other side. Like, they don't care about making $1. They care about who's on the other end and just having a good conversation if they put themselves available to take a call. So there really is no other technology like this right now that you quickly get on calls. Right now, LinkedIn and Instagram, you send out cold DMs to people you do not know. The answer rates are 2 to 4%. And then you got to jump to like, what's your calendar link? And then it's 3-4 weeks out. On Owwll, instantly look at somebody, see they're a professional, because you can check out their LinkedIn and Instagram account, and then just hit the dial button for $1 and they answer and turn those conversations into opportunities.
And they know what's going on. Everyone wants to learn about you. That's what we were talking about today. It's like, how cool, like, when's the last time did somebody ask you, like, really care about what you do?
Sure.
Like, to get that call, I'm like, what do you do? Tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable to have that, like,
it's definitely is. Yeah, it's a contribution to your business, because then getting up with this, with access to this, is you thinking like, or saying like, how am I going to contribute to my business today? And you already know what you're going to do, because this is right there. This helps your business. So this is part of your business. This is helping grow your business. And as you said, it's just warm. It's not cold calling.
It's not cool. Yeah, it's all warm, because you become a community.
Yes.
We just know if you're on the Owwll app, like, you just got it on. I know you can't wait to get started, because I know we're getting you excited. But now it's like, it's warm, right? Because you're part of, it's like TPN community. You can go to any chapter. People are going to be like, oh, you're with TPN.
Right.
That's what we're creating.
You're both wanting to network.
Yes.
It's not like you're calling somebody that they may or may not want to hear from you.
Right.
No, I mean, you both want the same thing.
That's the beauty of it. Yeah. So it's a different conversation.
Yes. So if you're a community out there, and you want to be on Tech Tuesdays, Funding Fridays, right? Our objective is to create different themes throughout the week. So that way, a certain theme like Women in Business Wednesdays might attract you to that day to call other females in business. But then maybe you're a startup founder and you want to talk to other startup founders going through the same scenario on Fridays, or you want to get access to an investor. Very hard to get access to investors. We know they don't answer emails, DMs, right? They are a very hard audience. You usually have to go in person to events to meet that group or be referred. But now Owwll, the direct access. So we're excited. Just kind of keep doing what we're doing with,
keep building,
like we're doing with your community. But then it's a tech organization for Tech Tuesdays.
I love
so
that.
If you're listening out there, just send us a DM and let's jump on a Zoom and get your community featured on that home screen and get the benefits like the TPN community. And you get to even do a studio takeover. We're going to start, pushing our community. Say, hey, come on in here with your members. Obviously, we're in Florida, so if you have a community not in Florida, it'll be a little hard. Maybe we'll do a Zoom one. But it's been a cool experience.
It
for
has
the first
been
one, right?
so much fun. So much fun. I'm so excited we did it. I can't wait for the next one.
Yes.
I'm ready to book the next one right away.
Okay. Well, take us home, and a big shout out to our producer, right?
Yes, thank you so much for everything, for being here, listening to all our stories, and just guiding us through the day. It's been amazing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all for listening. Great hosting today.
Thank you.
You've been sitting in this room for an hour and a half, 2 hours now, and I know it could feel like 6 to 8 hours sometimes when sitting in that seat. So thank you all for tuning in, and we'll post about it next quarter when we do it again.
That's right. Thank you all.
Thank you guys.
Thank
for having
you.
us.